Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our weekly press conference. This week, the Blue Raiders got a short week. They play on Friday night at Charlotte. The game is going to be on CBS Sports Network. So to talk about that game, I'll get it started with head coach Rick Stockstill.
Thank you, AC. Appreciate you, bud. Thanks for everybody being on here this morning. Like AC said, we're playing Friday night, so got a lot to do in a short period of time. So we're excited about this opportunity. Charlotte's a really good football team. They're 2-1. They won their first two games, beat Duke and Gardner-Webb there, and then lost to Georgia State this past weekend. So it's a really talented football team. They've really changed the look of their team, especially defensively. They've added, 7-8 transfers in there. So their defense is a lot different. And obviously we didn't play them last year, but it is different from, the look that they had last year. And then offensively, they got, 8 starters coming back. Their quarterback is a really special player. He's throws the ball well. He can run, extends plays. He's a tough kid. Just a really good player. Had good guys around him, obviously, in the backfield and up front. So this is a good football team, and we got to be ready to play here, like AC said, on a short week. So, but we're fired up. We're excited about this opportunity.
Coach Cecil Joyce here.
Hi, Cecil.
Coach, obviously you're no stranger to Friday night games. You've had several of them since you've been here. How does your routine change? How does your practices change when you have to get ready for a short week?
It's a little bit different, Cecil, just in the sense that, Monday is our normal day off. And there's so many, class conflicts on Monday that we're having to go here later tonight. So that's a little bit different. Tuesday will be the same. Wednesday becomes Thursday. Thursday becomes Friday. We'll play Friday, and then Saturday's the day. Saturday will be their day off, for the week. So it's a little different. It's always, you got to take in consideration, what your team has done, the last couple of weeks, from just a physical standpoint. And we've had 2 really physical games, both away games, so you have to figure in the travel of that and just, how you manage, your practices and, their time off for, treatment. And because the big thing is you want to be prepared to play the game mentally as well as physically, but you've also got to get there fresh. You can't be, coming in there lethargic and tired. So we've got to do a good job, and we've got a mature football team. And, so we've got a good plan set up this week for them to be ready to play the game from, a preparation standpoint. And then from a physical standpoint, we just we'll do the right things. And then they've got to do the right things on their own as far as getting treatment, rest, and, stretching and taking care of their body from that standpoint.
Morning, Coach. Sam Doughton here.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah, you mentioned, how much of their defense is a new look because of those transfers. But what have some of those new guys brought into how they do things defensively that you guys are getting ready for this week?
Their scheme hasn't changed, a whole bunch because of them. It's not, because of them. They're not doing anything that they really haven't done. Every team makes some, changes, each year. But, for the most part, their defense is, kind of what they've always done. They just, have got different players doing it now. And they've got them on all 3 levels. They got some new DBs, some linebackers, and the front guys also. So it's not so much schematic, Sam, as it is personnel.
They're obviously coming off a tough loss, their first of the season to Georgia State. You probably had a chance to watch the game extensively. What were some of the things that Georgia State did well to get them out of their rhythm that you guys are hoping to replicate?
It's Georgia State, really did a good job of keeping the ball in front of them. You know, they made Charlotte earn everything they got. You know, they didn't give up big plays and you know, did a really nice job of that. And, you know, I thought Georgia State tackled well, you know, and then offensively, or Georgia State's offense, you know, they hit a couple deep balls on them, but other than that, it was a dogfight. I mean, it was 20-9 game, you know, it was a tough, what you'd expect, you know, not a conference game, but very two similar teams, you know, the Sun Belt and Conference USA. It was a tough, hard fought game. So I think the big thing is just, you know, Georgia State, you know, played really good, and Charlotte played good too. You know, it just had a couple things that didn't go their way or could have been different. So just a tough, hard fought football game.
Coach, just Coach, I was just asking, how important will it be to get off to a better start this week?
I think you always want to start fast, Chip. You know, and I thought defensively we got off, you know, to a really good start. You know, and again, I thought our defense played well enough for us, you know, to have a chance to win the game. And you know, so you'd like to see both sides, you know, get off to a good start, and in the kicking game too, because our first punt, you know, was a 22-yarder that put our defense in bad field position, but you know, they hung in there and stopped it, and you know, they didn't come away with any points. So offensively, we just got to be more consistent and get something going. Like you said, you always want to start fast. You want to get some confidence, some momentum going, and we weren't ever able to do that Saturday to start the game or at any time during the game. So it'll be critical that we play better, Chip. If we'll play better, then I think that'll enable us to start faster.
Coach, you've played all three of your quarterbacks at different points in time this year. Has that rotation plan changed at all heading into this week after the past three games?
No, not necessarily, Sam. We'll continue to look at it, and you know, like I said, you know, Mike came in, and you know, I think for one play, maybe two plays at Virginia Tech. He came in one play last week against San Antonio, and but it got confidence. You know, I thought when Chase came in there, you know, he did a nice job there the second half, and you know, scored a couple touchdowns towards the end of the game. But you know, we got to play better up front. You know, to me, offensively, we got to play a heck of a lot better up front this week than we did last week, or you know, it's going to be the same result. So we just, to me, the offensive line we got to get better there, and I have full confidence that we will, Sam. They got a lot of pride in that group, and we'll get better and put a better showing out there this week up front than we did last week.
Jordan Ferguson had a pretty disruptive game for y'all on the defensive line last week, and it's had a good start to the season. As one of y'all's captains, what's he brought to the team this year so far?
I think, yeah, and you're right, Sam. I thought Ferg was really good Saturday. Played with a lot of energy. He played fast. He was disruptive. He's done a really, really good job of being that guy, being a leader, a guy that people, whether you're young or whether you're an older guy, that you can look to and say, he's given everything he's got on every play, whether it's practice or whether it's a game. And I just have so much respect for Ferg and how he's developed as a football player, how he's developed as a leader, how he's developed as a man. He's just done a super job. And he was voted a captain for a reason. And but the energy he brings, the toughness he brings, just really proud of Ferg and how he's his total development, not only as a man, not only as a player, but everything that he's doing in his life right now.
Anything else for Coach?
Good deal.
Thanks, Coach
Appreciate you
Doc.
guys. Yep. Have a good weekend or a good week.
We'll now turn it over to our student athletes. We've got safety Reed Blankenship and running back Amir Razul this week. Thank you.
Hey, Reed, Cecil Joyce here.
Hey, Cecil.
Hey, more than once, Coach Stockstill has mentioned how well the defense played Saturday, and y'all played well enough to give this team a chance to win. How do you keep progressing, keep the momentum going, and not get frustrated, over the last two games?
You just got to play ball. You do your job. Our guys realize that. Our culture on the defensive side is to play hard no matter what and just put the ball down. I'm excited for these boys going into this next week. I think we got a chip on our shoulder, and we're going to give the ball back to our offense as many times as possible.
Morning, Reed. Sam Down here.
Morning, Sam.
One thing we were talking about with Coach Stockstill was the short week that you're all dealing with this week, playing on Friday. You're obviously no stranger to Friday games being in this program as long as you have. What's it like for you going into a short week and the adjustments you'll have to make with the practice schedule?
It's just another week. We get one less day to practice and stuff, but you just got to get your body right a little bit faster, get your mind right, and just get ready for this Friday game.
Charlotte's had a pretty decent start to the year. Obviously had a tough game last week against Georgia State, but two really solid wins before that. But what have you seen from them offensively that you guys are keen in on this week?
Like Coach Stock said, their quarterback's a great athlete. He's been a great athlete. He can get the ball down the field. They got some good receivers, good skill positions. It's just going to be one of the challenges, containing the quarterback a lot. Once he starts moving, he's a tough kid, but we're ready for him.
You're a captain of this team alongside Jordan Ferguson on that defensive side. What's it like working with them as part of like a captain's unit as far as his leadership goes with the team?
It's great. It's something that you want on the football team. We look at each other as family, as brothers, and just knowing that he's not going to let you down, I'm not going to let him down. It just means a lot to this team. Ferg, he's a great guy, a great man. I love playing beside him. I love watching him grow as a man too.
Both you and Coach Stock mentioned his growth as a player and his time here. What do you first remember about Ferg when he first came in, and then how he's changed to now?
Well, honestly, when I first got here, when he was first here, he was just kind of sometimes a pain. I know he's not going to get mad at me for saying that because he knows, but he's grown so much. He's taking in the role of, being a captain, being that leader, and everybody looks up to him and follows him. Even sometimes I look up to him. He's just a great leader, and I love and respect him for that.
Quincy Riley had a nice game for y'all in the secondary today. As part of that secondary unit, what's it like getting guys back when maybe they've been out and then having a big impact immediately when they come back into the lineup? It
takes a lot of stress off, your shoulders. Having athletes out there that can get their job done, get the ball back. It helps our defense a lot. It helps the offense too. I'm glad Quincy's back. I'm glad we got some other guys back. And once we get some more guys back, we're going to have a solid defense.
Anything else for Reed? All right. Thanks, Reed.
Thank you.
Next up is Amir Razul.
Good morning. How y'all doing?
Morning, Amir.
Hey, Amir, Cecil Joyce here.
How you doing, Cecil?
Doing well. Obviously, the running game still hasn't gotten going for this team. I know it's vital, especially in conference games like this one coming up this week. It's a 2 or 3 way street. The offensive line has to block well. Coaches have to make the right calls. You guys have to hit the holes. How do you keep the intensity up and continue trying to get better and trying to get this thing going?
Everybody just has to come together and just look at the bigger picture. You feel me? We all have to dial in, and we all have to come in and watch film together to see what we could do better as a unit. You feel me? As a unit running the ball, and then everything else to take care of itself. I just feel like it starts with us, the linemen, and the running backs and QBs.
Morning, Amir. Sam down here.
How you doing, Sam?
Doing good. Coach Stock mentioned the different personnel that Charlotte has for maybe the last time this team faced them, but they do a lot of the same things schematically. What have you seen from them reviewing the film of them this week that you guys are getting ready for?
The defensive line upon the snap of the ball shifts a lot, along with the linebackers. So we've been keying into that since last week, just trying to define the little things. When they move the line, they usually move it to the side of the back, and that'll be crucial for us to keep looking at and just to keep studying.
What's the challenge when the defense shifts like that for you guys? What does that change for y'all when they do that?
Just all the linemen getting the right people, everybody that's in their gap, or anybody that's in their gap, just picking that person up and taking them to the sideline.
You guys have rotated in, 2-3 quarterbacks on offense at different points in time this year. What's it like working with Bailey and Chase and Mike at different points during the game?
Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. They showed in practice that they could play, and I believe they all can play. And just having them in at different times is just awesome for our offense, because the defense doesn't know what could hit them.
This is a short week for you guys as well, where you lose a day of practice or a day off. I'm not sure which one exactly it is for you guys, but what adjustments do you have to make from a personal standpoint to deal with a short week like this?
Just got to be ready to go earlier. You got to get in the training room. I have to get in the training room earlier. I have to go up and watch film a little bit more than I did last week, and which I've already been doing. And just talking to my teammates, just getting everybody on the same page. This week we have to bounce back and, make up for those losses that we had. We have to do better as an offense, and I believe that we can do it. And I believe we just got to walk by faith and not by sight. It's a lot of chatter going on, so it's all good. It's okay.
And now, this week, 4 straight week y'all have played. You're sort of getting into that grind of the season going on where you're playing week after week after week. Mm-hmm. How do you maintain your body to stay healthy and to deal with the grind of a long season?
Just getting in the cold tubs, getting into the cold tubs, getting into treatment when I have to be to treatment. I stretch every night thoroughly. And I just try to just keep a good mindset, always got to stay positive, always got to, look for the brighter side in the picture, in any situation.
And finally, Jordan Ferguson's had a great start to his year on defense for you guys. What's it like going up against him in practice when he's, rushing you on a run, sometimes when the ones are going against each other?
Ferg is an awesome player. He's a great competitor. And just to even be in practice with him is a blessing, because he gets me better and he gets the line better. Just, making moves. He's a great defensive end, just a great defensive lineman. And I've seen him come a long way since from when I first got here, which was like a couple springs ago. And it's been amazing to watch him work.
I know he's a defensive captain and you're on offense, but presumably captains all work together. What's he like as a leader in the locker room for the whole team?
He gets everybody going. He helps out with everything, like picking up towels, like helping out the young guys that are on the defensive line with the small things, the technical things, the plays and things of that nature. He's a great person overall. Like, he's a great leader, and we needed him a lot this year. Not gonna lie.
Anything else for Amir? Thanks, Amir.
Got you. Y'all have a blessed day.
Just want to remind everyone, we'll be back obviously next week as the Blue Raiders finally return home, and we'll host Marshall. So have a great day, and we'll see you next week.